And there we go. Welcome, everyone. Now, I've read this 5 times and it says to the series premiere. So, director, wherever you are, I didn't realize this was a series of The Masked Holiday. You may have seen them in other productions, including Fiddler on Vermouth. Today, we will focus on Jewish holidays. Not to worry, there will be snacks provided at a later time, like in 2021, for sure in 2022. Here's how today will work. Each holiday is masked, both for fun and, of course, for safety. And they will provide a brief description of its purpose and practice. Can you guess which holiday is which? And most importantly, can you vote on which holiday is the best one? So sit back and enjoy the masked holiday. Sermons not included.
Come one, come all. That is, if you can get a ticket to your favorite holiday at Makom Solel Lakeside. You'll want to get there early so you can get the comfiest chairs and not have to park all the way in Kishinev. It's always a great time to catch up with friends and dress your best. For most of us, it's the only day of the year we wear ties and or high heels. Where else can you get a glorious choral concert, a meaningful sermon, hear the shofar blown, and work out? Stand up, sit down, stand up, sit down. Then after your workout, it's time to eat bagels and cream cheese in the parking lot. What could be better? You'll definitely want to vote for me.
Okay, thank you. Now, can you tell me, it's all about the food. So, what food, would people think about when they think about your holiday? Aha.
Just a little hint there.
Right. And of course, only in Hebrew. And I hope that is not stuck in everyone's, an earworm.
It'll be stuck in my head all day long.
Yes, it will. Okay. Now, we come to our next holiday, and I just have to find that person. Here's Rabbi.
It's me, Mr. Holiday. How could you forget your favorite holiday?
Yes. Yes, that's exactly it.
Hello, everyone. It's truly, I'm the one to vote for because this is an easy one. Because clearly, avoiding the harsh decree and being inscribed in the book of life is all that matters for the holiest day of the year. Now, to be fair, I know I'm a fast day holiday, but why does it always go so slow? And those long-winded sermons, at least I get all my confessing done in one day. But who has time to keep asking for forgiveness? Now remember, I am the only time of the year when it is okay to wear gym shoes with a suit. Such a deal. And for the super serious folks, you can even avoid showers, leather, and sex. But I always get confused. Is sex with no leather okay? Best of all, once the sun sets low, it's time for everyone's favorite meal, breakfast for dinner. Now, who wouldn't vote for that?
Okay, Mr. Holiday, you do seem to be, very obsessed with clothing. And what color is traditional for your holiday?
Oh, just like how I woke up this morning and looked out at my deck and toward the synagogue, the pure as white driven snow.
Yes. Now, I do want to bring one thing up with you. I don't think that the Wish You a Blessed Yom Kippur with the Hanukkah thing, that might be fraudulent voting. That's all I have to say to you, Mr. Holiday. And You know, I know you've passed this out at Bed Bath and Beyond and many, many, you know, retailers, but I think you're going to have to think about
I want a recount.
that. Yeah, we are gonna have a poll at the end. We are gonna have a poll at the end. Okay, and we're moving along to our next holiday. Oh, yes, 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 yes. There we go. And there, Masked Avenger, please go on.
Hi, everyone. I know I'm a bit of a hard sell asking Jews to eat outside and go camping, but during my week, you get to decorate huts with fruits and lights. Sounds a bit like Christmas in the fall, doesn't it? I mean, I know that it either rains or it's sometimes snows, or sometimes there's swarms of bees there, but give me a chance. Pizza, anyone? No sausage or pepperoni this time. So expose yourself to the elements, just like the ancient Israelites, or on today's top TV show, Naked and Afraid.
Okay, we're getting the idea. We're getting the idea. Can you see the stars from your hut? Do you shake anything during this holiday?
Actually, you can see the stars, and if you're lucky, you might even see the moon. All you have to do is look up through the roof, and there are the stars and the moon. And yes, you do shake. You shake your shimmy, you shake your lulav and your etrog.
Okay, again, you know, excellent, so excellent. And I'm going to look for my next person. And let's see, where is Harriet? Harriet Holiday, can you unmute and just say, here I am? Harriet.
Vanessa, it's me.
Oh, Mahjong Maven, you're right. Mahjong, please go.
Thank you so much for allowing me to participate in this in the correct order. Okay. And hello, everyone. I am the year's greatest party. No one dances alone. When else are you told to get out of your seat during services and dance with the Torah? We celebrate finally finishing reading the Torah. I'm the ultimate book club. Well, a 5-book club. Wine flows, desserts fill the tables, and Bubby and maybe some Grammys and grandmothers and whatever break dance in the aisles. And the next day, we start all over again with the beginning of the book of Genesis. Oy vey.
Again, I'm getting the idea. I just need to know, are you, do we wave anything in the sanctuary?
We wave flags.
Oh, flags. Yes. Okay. Yes. Okay. We definitely have the idea. Thank you, Mahjong Maven. I'm so sorry. You're so important. And, but you're here and we just love you.
Oh, I forgive you, Vanessa. It's no big
thank
deal.
you.
Don't worry.
And when you see who the next person is, you'll know why I just lost my head, because let's see, Holiday Harriet. I have to find her. Here she is. Okay, Holiday. Okay, she's that. All right, go ahead, Holiday Harriet.
Well, I barely even need to be here. I'm everyone's favorite holiday. Gifts, gambling with dreidels, latkes. Don't forget that your house will smell like oil and onions for days. Jelly-filled donuts. I know I've got Wendy's vote. Why even bother competing against me? I'm the holiday bathed in oil. Come anoint me. I celebrate the miracle of oil lasting 8 days, just like my indigestion after a fast food meal. Look at what I did. I had the Maccabees drive out the Greeks. On this holiday, we celebrate Jews kicking butt. So vote for me.
Okay, okay. You turn our heads, you get into all of our advertising this time of year. But doesn't your holiday have something to do with light?
Well, I do have a fancy candelabra that I am partial to this time of year. The trick is making sure you have enough candles.
Okay, all right. Well, I think we're definitely getting some great ideas here. Now let's see. Next on my list. Oh, not so funny comedian. Well, we're gonna have to see. Go ahead, not so funny comedian.
Highlight me. There we go. I'm Tobias T. And this holiday is all about me. Eat, drink, and be merry. Eat fruit, grapes, figs, pomegranates, olives, and dates. Do you like olive jokes? Charles Dickens walks into a bar and orders a martini. The bartender asks, olive or twist? Why were the two olives fighting? They were pitted against each other. 1 part vodka, 1 part vermouth, add olives and olive juice and drink alone, a quarantini. What do you call basil, pine nuts, and olive oil with a bad attitude? Pesto mystic. And did you know that you can have a 15-course Seder on this day with all colors of wine? We've even done it in the morning. It's 5 o'clock somewhere, actually in Israel. We start with white wine, rosé wine, pour them all together. How do you decide how much wine to drink? Take it on a case-by-case basis. What do you call a wine hangover? The Great Depression. It's funny how 8 glasses of water a day seems impossible, but 8 glasses of wine is a sign of a good meal. Man is sometimes compared to me. What kind of tree can fit into your hand? A palm tree. Which Canadian city is a favorite vacation spot for American trees? Montreal. What did the Jedi say to the sacred tree? May the forest be with you. Do you know who I am? Vote for me.
Not so funny comedian. I just want to warn you that Rabbi Ike is on, and I know these are his types of jokes. So I don't know if you copyrighted them. So let me just ask one quick question. How can we plant trees when it's snowy? I mean, it just snowed right now. But
Well,
how can we plant trees when it's so snowy?
it's a good question. You can go to the website for the Jewish National Fund, plant trees for Israel, help them rebuild the forests that were destroyed in the forest fire. I think it's a great idea. It's a great way to plant trees and help Israel at the same time.
Okay, you're definitely correct. You're definitely correct. Now I have to find my next person here. Myrtle, where are you? Unmute. And oh, I'm on 3 screens now. That's why it's just getting harder. Myrtle, can you just unmute and wave your hand, and then you'll come to my. You're here, right? Myrtle, she's here. She's here.
She's waving her hand.
Okay. Oh, wait. Keep waving it. I don't know why you're not coming to my. Let's see.
I love the suspense.
Yeah, it is.
It's working in my favor.
Yes, I actually think it is working in your favor. I hope to goodness it's working in your favor. Okay. Okay, Myrtle, keep talking and I'll find you, and then I can spotlight you. And if
There she is.
there she is. Okay, you can put it on speaker view too. Oh, that's how I'll do it. Okay, there we go.
I knew I was here all along.
Yes, I know. It's such a beautiful costume. Continue to go.
Every week we read a parsha from the 5 books of Moses, but on my holiday, we read the scroll written all about me. On Passover, we drink wine. On Shabbat, we drink wine.
But on my holiday, we break out the slivovitz and party hardy. We make noise like it's midnight on New Year's Eve. We don't think about BBYO. We think BYOB. On my holiday, we learn about what a woman built like Gal Gadot has to do to get ahead in the world. And we read about the time I invited my husband and his BFF for a sumptuous dinner, and I entertained them as though my life depended on it. On my holiday, it is customary to give to the poor and send gift baskets. Try saying Matanot Levyonim and Mishloach Manot at the tail end of my holiday. Try saying it over and over again really fast. My holiday has been known to feature cow jokes.
Yes, it does. Yes, it does. Now, let me, again, quick question. Don't we make a lot of noise on this holiday and in the sanctuary?
Yes, we use noisemakers invented by a guy on Chicago's South Side named Greg, so they're called Greggers. In Gray's Lake, where they drink a lot of grog, they're called groggers.
Okay, excellent. Thank you so much. Up next, go ahead, unmute yourself.
I'm
There you are.
So listen, I know I get a bad rap, but give me a chance to explain myself. Forget the 5-hour-long Seder, the horseradish condiments, the nibbling of parsley, the matzah that constipates us all week, the larva-like fruit jelly candies, and the guest of honor who can't even bother to show up, even though we open the door for him every time. I'm the real deal. I celebrate freedom, self-determination, and the raining of frogs and the ravaging of boils. And I celebrate family coming together in our homes, whether we like each other or not. We all have that uncle who I think I look like right now. We all have that uncle who wants us to read the whole thing. So we just stopped inviting him. Everyone loves me. And 33 days after the holiday, I get another one. I just explained that I get another holiday. I'm celebrated by eating s'mores around a campfire. How can you compete with that? You don't even need to know what I'm really about. I'm just about s'mores. You get to eat s'mores in the temple and at Sunday school. I'm so popular, even the Boy Scouts imitate me at all of their meetings.
Right. And there is a little something there though, because you are, what does it have to do with Torah again, that second one?
It's about counting.
Yes. Okay. And then what about the kids? What can they do during this holiday?
Well, during this first holiday, there's a big role for the kids. Now, some of us, we teach our kids how to sing Take Me Out to the Ball Game because this holiday comes right around the beginning of the baseball season. But most of us instead, we choose to ask our children how to read or sing 4 questions.
Okay. All right. Well, thank you. And now our next holiday, there we go. Yes. You also look like the uncle at the Passover table.
No, got the wrong one.
I think you're one too early.
I'm one.
I'm
Yeah,
next.
you need Elsie.
Oh, right.
Elsie.
Yes. Of
It's
course,
Elsie.
Sam. So I got to do this. I'm so excited about all of this that I'm getting ahead of myself.
You know, I'm starting to move a little too early.
Yeah.
Come on.
Yeah.
Get me up there already.
Okay.
All right, on my holiday, you better not be lactose intolerant. I'm all about feasting on dairy. I'm definitely the most holiday in Wisconsin for sure. You stay up all night, you tell the story of the 10 Commandments. What excitement. The problem is, I don't get no respect. I'm the Rodney Dangerfield of all the Jewish holidays. So remember, give me respect. Vote for me.
Yeah, unfortunately, if you're keeping count on the calendar, you come after religious school is usually over, and it's hard to get to you. And remind me again, what are we doing with you?
Oh, come on, Vanessa. Everybody knows my holiday, we received the Torah. What could be more important than that? Give me some respect and vote for me already.
All right, okay, thank you. And now, I was so excited before. Here we go. Our next one, who still looks like that uncle at the Passover table.
For years, I thought they were calling me Tush B'Av. It was so embarrassing. It's the 9th day of the month of Av. It marks the date of destruction of the Holy Temple in Jerusalem. I'm the saddest day on the Jewish calendar. Sounds pretty Jewish to me.
Okay. So it's another fast day in the summer. It sounds like, I don't know, I can't even say fun. But what do you eat the 3 weeks before your commemoration to make it even, especially during the summer, sadder?
Well, to make it even more challenging during barbecue season, we don't eat any meat for 3 weeks before my celebration. But vote vegetarian.
Yes, you are correct. Well, so let me see here. There's another fast day in the summer that sounds like fun, and but wait a minute. There's one more holiday, and I just can't wait for this one. And I'm putting the spotlight on her.
I happen once a week, so who could be more popular than me? Even though some of you only come to temple for the oneg, and I know who you people are. I am the day of rest. Imagine a holiday for napping. Oh, this is the holiday we can all get behind. Now, some of you may say that Friday night is pizza night, but people, you're missing out on homemade challah and some of the best manischewitz $5 can get you. So if you haven't celebrated since Bubby made you go to shul, join in. Nowadays, it just means opening up Zoom and starting your blessing over the wine early.
Oh, Shabbat Queen, Shabbat Malka. I just so glad to see you. Now, there are, first of all, we're going to do a poll. I can only have 10 people in the poll. I couldn't get to Yom HaShoah, Yom HaZikaron, Yom HaAtzma'ut, and 3 more fast days. But I do recommend Abigail Pogrebin's My Jewish Year, 18 Holidays, One Wandering Jew. At this time, I'm going to launch our poll, and you can vote for the masked holidays. And here we go. Now, we will have another act after this. And our poll results are coming in. They're coming in.
Vanessa, where's the poll?
It's up on your screen. It isn't. I can try to launch it again.
There's ballot fraud. There's no Yom Kippur on here.
Well, it's Rosh Hashanah. Listen, he put out that fraudulent banner, and I had to put him with Rosh Hashanah. And once again, I can only have 10 spots. Okay, at this time, we are going to close the polls. I know we've had a lot of, please, voter fraud, get back to me on that. This has been careful. I have, I have poll watchers. I have everything. Okay, so in a tight race, I'm going to share the results with you. It's Shabbat. Shabbat is the winner.
Yay, Shabbat.
I also think I also know actually that there is there's a prize for Shabbat. And yeah, there's a prize for Shabbat, which the masked Avenger has to go get.
Take off your mask, Shabbat Queen.
Yeah, Shabbat Queen, you can,
Yay!
Mary Soloff. Woo! Show it. So,
Yeah, thank you.
I don't start crying this early in the program today. That's just a thank you to Mary, who's been our intrepid director, telling us after, you know, a rehearsal. Yeah, we need another rehearsal. Oh, maybe we'll do a rehearsal. And someone said at the last rehearsal, "Do we need another rehearsal?" She said, "No, you're ready to go." And at this time, and I'm going to remove a spotlight, remove my spotlight. You can go into gallery view. When I say your name, and if you put on speaker view, that person will come up, but playing Rosh Hashanah, Susie Mason. Yom Kippur, Larry Mason. Sukkot, Len Soloff. Simchat Torah, Marilyn Fishman. Hanukkah, Lee Rivlin. Tu B'Shvat, Marty Portnoy. Purim, Janet Gans Epner. Pesach and Lag BaOmer, Rhonda Lindner. Shavuot, Diane Zidman. Tisha B'Av, Rob Linder, and our Shabbat Queen, Mary Soloff. Okay. So you keep it on the gallery view now. And we're coming up to our next one, adulterated enrichment for Zoom etiquette, and when is more food than food. Wow. And, oh, I have 2 people in the waiting room here. Okay. Oh, no, okay. We had one of our players have to come back in again. All right. All right, I've muted those who need to be muted, those who need to unmute. And no, it's a good thing I didn't have to have orange juice today. Okay. Now, somebody remind me, what's the topic for today?
Food.
Food.
How come my volume's not working? Can you hear me? Can you hear me? I can't hear any of you.
Yeah, Diane, we can hear you.
Robbie,
I can't talk right now. I'm on Zoom.
Has anybody seen my pet frog?
Ribbit,
Oh,
ribbit.
This topic's fantastic. I'm so glad I wrote it in the suggestion box.
Oy vey, who thought of this topic? I have to spend 2 hours listening to this.
The moderator is lovely. I wonder if she's single.
Call my grandson and tell him to zoom in. Can we get her cell number?
I thought there'd be refreshments at the Zoom. Where's my lox box?
The lox was too salty last time.
Why was the lock so bland?
I missed the coffee cake.
I miss the Once Upon a Bagel bagels. Can you get me a pumpernickel bagel?
I don't miss those Once Upon a Bagel bialys.
I miss the leftovers from the Friday night oneg.
Remember when the temple was so cheap to serve last night's leftovers?
Did anybody notice that I'm wearing the same yoga pants 3 weeks in a row?
Will anyone notice I'm still in my pajamas? Do you think anyone can tell I'm still in bed, I wonder?
Will anyone notice my messy hair?
Anyone notice my coffee is an adult beverage this morning?
Okay, I'm muting everyone up again. And yes, the topic of today is, what does Jewish food mean to you? And our players are going to unmute themselves in the order to which is in the script. And you will hear, and then we'll have time to share later.
So I grew up in the 1970s, and I escaped some of the foods of the old country, but not all of them. My mom on occasion prepared kishki. What 10-year-old can resist an animal intestine? stuffed with matzo meal and spices. I have to confess, it always looked to me like the lint that gets stuck in your belly button encased in a skinny bladder. I'm so happy that this recipe never made it to the adult enrichment buffet table.
Thank you. And this is Rhonda Lindner, who can now change her name from I Declare Voter Fraud. As we go on today, please feel free in the chat to put in your favorite memories of things you loved, or maybe things that, for me, it's cabbage rolls. So what you love and what you don't love. Next up, we have Mary.
Actually, I think it's Susie next.
Susie, you're right. Thank you, Susie.
Sure. Chocolate may not be a traditional Passover food, but some of my best Passover memories involve chocolate. As a child, I always looked forward to Passover at my Grandma Lee's apartment in the city. My sisters and I would race into her apartment and go immediately to the kiddie table. There, on top of our Haggadahs, would be enormous chocolate Easter bunnies in beautifully decorated boxes. They were the hollow milk chocolate kind with the candy blue eyes. Definitely the highlight of the Seder meal for me. Also, one of my favorite memories of religious school at Legacy Congregation Solel was when I found the Afikomen hidden under the rabbi's prayer book, which he was holding. And for that, I won a large chocolate Seder plate. It was the very first time I ever won anything, and still a really special memory today.
Okay, thank you. Thank you, that was beautiful. All right, Mary, now it's your turn.
Thank you. So I wasn't raised Jewish, and in the past, it's like people have asked me, why in the world do you like gefilte fish? And I simply tell them I'm Polish. And so I was raised on borscht. I was raised on fish, smoked fish, horseradish. And so, even though my mom's borscht was different, it wasn't the beet kind. It had actually eggs and potatoes. I had a taste for, or acquired taste of Jewish food. And even during the past 35 years, though, our family actually has created our own food traditions and rituals, and especially for the different holidays. And some of our favorites include brisket and kugel and latkes, and even while in quarantine, was making challah with my granddaughter, and for Rosh Hashanah this year, and actually ended up sending out to my son and future daughter-in-law a nice ritual challah that got shipped overnight. So anyway, we've just developed our own traditions and rituals.
Okay, thank you so much. Please read the chat. We have, I don't know if Cantor J likes cholent. He doesn't like cholent.
Oh, big time, big time.
Okay, well, there's Celan, I don't think she likes. I just love everybody's memories. Okay, so next is Marilyn.
Okay. As a child, my maternal grandparents lived with my family. I remember watching my mother and grandmother making their own gefilte fish. And looks like I'm not the only one who really likes gefilte fish on this little program we're doing here. They use a really funny looking food grinder that they had to attach to the kitchen table. To this day, gefilte fish is one of my favorite Jewish dishes. I have kept my mother's recipe written in her handwriting, and I cherish that small part of her that I look at every once in a while. It just makes me feel close to her, I think, just to see her writing, and it's really special to me. But when I was in high school, my mother was working, and it was left to me to make the chicken soup for our Friday night Shabbat. I loved doing this because I was helping my mother, and it still resonates with me today as I make the chicken soup exactly the same way I did back then.
Thank you. All of these are bringing back such good memories. Larry, you are next.
Well, my mother used to make her own matzo ball soup. from scratch. It was absolutely delicious. The balls were always so light and fluffy and unlike anything that I had ever tasted in a restaurant or that anyone else who ever came to our home when my mother was serving her matzo balls had ever eaten before. My mother served her famous soup for Passover and for Rosh Hashanah to the great delight of all who were invited. Now, in her broth were always carrots and pieces of boiled chicken, and there were extra available pieces of chicken for the asking, and plenty of that. I never met my mother's mother. This is emotional for me. I never met my grandparents. And my grandmother had passed away even before my mother had graduated from high school. But in some sense of good fortune, my mother inherited all of my grandmother's china. So that included her soup bowls. So we always ate our holiday meals with that, including that special matzo ball soup on my grandmother's china. And that included, you know, the soup in those special bowls, my grandmother's china, which we all still have. And that is the closest I ever came, and still to this day come, to the traditions of the maternal side of my family.
Thank you, Larry. And, oh, Diane, are you on with?
Oh, I'm on the other screen. Sorry, I moved.
Okay, here you go.
There we go. Okay, so I know it's not Yom Kippur, but I do have a confession I have to make. I don't like gefilte fish. So take it for whatever it is. Anyway, I have fond memories of my mother and my aunt making homemade blintzes for a lot of holidays, but especially for Break the Fast. They would prepare the batter like paper thin and then cook it in oil. And they'd spread out these cooked blintzes on the kitchen counter and on the table. No one was allowed in the kitchen while they were doing this. They would assemble them like an assembly line pattern. They would put the cottage cheese in and the cream cheese or the jelly. My brothers and I were not allowed in the kitchen until they were completely done. But oh, when we were allowed in and got our first taste, so delicious. And I still think of them all the time. But I have a second memory. It's a memory that I think I would like to forget. On Mike and I's first Yom Kippur as a married couple, we were invited to my in-laws' house to break the fast. But we were so hungry that we stopped on the way to their house. Big mistake. Don't ever eat hot dogs with everything on them on an empty stomach.
Thank you. And Janet Gans Epner, and we have actually in the chat we have a comment about tongue, but Janet, take it away.
My mother was an exceptional cook, and I adored her noodle kugel, her mandelbrot, her brisket and blintzes. And I liked it when she and my grandfather brought home delicatessen on the weekends, including tongue. One evening, the kitchen smelled really weird, and I went to see what she was making for dinner. There, boiling in an 8-quart pot, was a tongue. The whole unnaturally pale tongue. At first, I didn't even recognize what it was. And when she told me, I was horrified and I shouted, "I am not eating that for dinner." I don't remember what I ate that night, but it was decades before I put another slice of tongue in my mouth. Though when I did, I again thought it was pretty tasty.
Thank you. And Lee Rivlin, Holiday Harriet Holiday, whatever your name was.
For me, the Passover dinner is all about stomach real estate. There's only so much room in there, so we have to wisely allocate the space available. For the soup course, Aunt Judy always offered 2 options: delicious matzo ball soup with perfectly weighted matzo balls, and hot beet borscht, complete with large chunks of beef and diced egg. Decisions. My Passover hack was to ask for the hot beet borscht with the matzo ball. Every year I would get eye rolls and grimaces, but the chicken broth just did not merit the stomach real estate. And I actually grew to find this combination delicious.
Okay. Marty.
So my food memories are similar to all of the others. Homemade matzo ball soup, gefilte fish, chopped liver using an old handheld grinder. That was my job. And for some reason, always too dry brisket. My special memory is of my grandmother who made fresh horseradish for each holiday. As she got older, past 80 years old, her taste buds diminished. Using the horseradish became an adventure as how strong it got year after years. My eyes tear up as I remember my grandmother's horseradish.
I love that. I was asked to share a memory, and not that I'm, reticent, but thinking about all the holidays this year, I'm sorry, where we couldn't have all of our families. It's a hard conversation, which you're going to have in 1 minute. And when I take out, we change dishes for Passover, and my grandmother Hetty bought me a full set of dishes because I said I don't have enough dishes to host the Seder at 25. And since I've been 25 years old, lo these many years, I have been hosting Seder. And when I see the dishes, she marked each box with her handwriting. I think of her. But then I had to come back with something a little bit funny. My personal children, who are adults and grown, went to Solomon Schechter Day School. And my oldest, Lital, she made me a safta. I love her. But she had to write an essay when she was somewhere during her Schechter days. And it was about, what holiday traditions do you have? And she goes, Mom, what holiday traditions do we have? I can't think of any. And I said, what? I said, we live it at the synagogue. I live it here. Don't you remember the 4 questions? Pesach, book night on Hanukkah, going to services, family, the family service. She was like, oh yeah. She goes, I guess I can think of a few. So we hope that this has started your memory going. It's 11:17. I'm going to give you, I think, 9 minutes. I'm putting you in breakout groups of 6. So you're just going to be carried there, and then I'll carry you back. And I do want to say we do have a special appearance by Cantor J. O'Brien at the end. So you're going to want to stay in your breakout group, talk about the holidays and your foods, and then come back and we'll hear Cantor J. And let me see here. Break. Here they go. So I'm going to say.
The uh-ohs are always interesting.
Yeah. Okay, and here you go. And when it says breakout room, just say, yes, I'm going. Yes. I'm repping the next holiday. One more minute.
This was very fun, Vanessa. The Reader's Theater was great. Loved it.
Thank you. Thank
Clever. Very clever.
you. Well, I can give you some of the Rashi and some of the people who are here, but we thought about buying something, you know, getting the rights to something, but you can't videotape it.
Right.
And so, you know, to spend, as Uncle Morris would say, a certain amount for maybe the 70 people who come. And when Mary said she'd help us write it, and we all contributed, and it was a lot of fun. It was a lot of
I mean, it's very clever, especially, I mean, you know, it's hard to make anything Zoom new at this point.
Yes, yes. Okay.
I thought the surprise for Mary was a surprise.
Yeah, it was.
That was a great idea, Vanessa.
Yes, thank
Great
you.
idea.
That was my idea, yeah. I had to get there at, you know, 9 o'clock in the morning.
Well, we couldn't figure out whether you wanted everybody to bring their own bouquet.
Oh, no. I left it there, and yeah. Okay, now I see how to do the breakout rooms better. And I think I can
Hello, Joyce.
do this. 28. It's great to see everyone. Thank you so much.
Now the poll came up.
Well, what can I say? I don't, you know, I can only do, it's Zoom. It's okay, 10, 9, 8. Okay, people are coming back in. As people come back in, I'm putting in the chat the book I mentioned on holidays, My Jewish Year by Abigail Pogrebin is fabulous. We read it in book group and I really enjoyed it.
It is a wonderful book.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is.
So I can't thank everyone enough. And it's been a fun morning. As I said before, I'm repping the next holiday. If only I had, you know, sweaters for every holiday. And I hope you got to meet the people in your breakout groups. And at this point, we say it every holiday. And I don't want to start crying here. Let's see. Where's Jay? Oh, he's Jay. I was typing in Jay. And I am going to replace the spotlight. So the song that we sing, that we're so glad that we've been sustained and we've come to this time of year. And I can't wait when we have our first adult enrichment in person. We'll sing a Shechianu. We'll have great lox, and yes, there'll be orange juice. Cantor Jay, take it away.
That's right. Thank you, Vanessa. Thank you to the Reader's Theater. I think every single person who's logged in today has just been smiling and reminiscing. And, you know, this is such an important part of our Jewish identity. And this blessing, the Shehechianu, really talks about one of the core values of what it means to be Jewish and what's unique about Judaism. And I think it was Abraham Joshua Heschel, a great rabbi of the 20th century, who said that Jews don't build immense sacred spaces like cathedrals. Instead, Jews build these cathedrals in time. So when we say the Shehechianu, we're making holy this moment in time out of the year, the moments that we're here together with the people we love. So I think it's a perfect way to end the program. Thank you, Vanessa, for inviting me, and thank you for the Reader's Theater. We'll sing the blessing twice so that everyone gets a chance to really dig into the music and the melody. This is Shehechianu. It starts with Baruch Atah Adonai. Thanks God for giving us life, for sustaining the life, and for enabling us to be at a milestone moment together. So let's sing. Baruch Atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam Shehechianu Shehechianu V'Higiyanu Lazman Hazeh. Let's try one more Baruch Atah. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam. שהחיינו וקיימנו והגיענו לזמן הזה. Now let's all say Amen together.
Amen.
Well, thank you all. Vanessa, thanks again. If we have some parting messages for our community, just make sure to unmute.
Right. Good thing. I was already talking. Thank you, Jay. Thank you, everyone, especially Mary and my players. We may be coming to you again this year with another, we're ready for Sunday morning players. And and come next week, Rabbi Jaffe. It's going to be fantastic. And in 2 weeks, Howard Mortman from C-SPAN. That'll be fantastic. And check your Makom at homes. Bye-bye.
Thank you. Bye, everyone.
Bye. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Have a wonderful day, everyone.
It was
You
wonderful.
too.
Everybody.
Thank you.
Thanks for joining us, everybody.
Yes, thank you. We had a great time doing it.
Bye-bye. Thank you.
Bye-bye.